All right, let's say that I am given this equation, y plus 10x equals negative 11, and I want to actually figure out what's the slope, what's the y-intercept, and graph it. So I know that if an equation is in this form, y equals mx plus b, then whatever is on the x variable is the slope, and then whatever is by itself, the number, is the y-intercept. And remember, the y-intercept is where x equals 0, and then y will be that value. So back over here, all I have to do is solve this for y, and I can chunk this to the other side, right? So I end up with y equals negative 10x minus 11. So I know in this case that the slope, which is m, which is negative 10, remember when the slope is negative, this line will be going down, and then the y-intercept would be 0, negative 11. So I could graph this like fairly quickly. And the first thing I would graph is 0 and negative 11. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Try right there. Negative 11. So I know there's a point right there. Now, there's a couple of ways you could find another point. One thing you could do is you could find the x-intercept, and that's when you would plug in 0 for y. So in other words, the x-intercept, if that was 0, but I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah, that's going to become a fraction, and fractions scare me. So another thing you could do, you can always write the slope as a fraction. And I need to convince you that those mean the same, right? It doesn't matter. In fact, this means the same where the negative is. And the reason I did this is because if I use this one right here, this tells me from this point, remember this is the change in y, and then this is the change in x. So what I could do is I could go up, since this is positive, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then from here, the x is negative. We'll just make these in ones. So I would go 1 over, if I can put a point there, and prepared to be amazed if I can actually get through those 2 points. Oh, look at there, I did it. And so that's what this line would look like. Now, what I tend to do, you know, of course, on homework and stuff like that, is I go to desmos.com and I put in this, and I don't even have to solve it. I can put it in the way it was given to me. So y plus 10x equals negative 11. And I can scroll out. Oops, get it all on the screen. I can scroll out here, and I could even put in like this point. So this point looks like this would be negative 1, negative 1, right? So I could put in some points. Negative 1, negative 1. Looks like that point that I had right there. I could put in the y-intercept, which was what, 0, negative 11, and I can see it graphed there on the line. So technology is great to be able to see these, but this is how you would work something out like this by hand.